Hey guys, welcome to this video where we are going to get Buzzstream ready. Before we start outreaching, before we start collecting prospects, we need to get Buzzstream ready. Buzzstream is an extremely powerful tool and it's gonna cost you $19 a month. Now, once again, it costs money, but it's gonna save you so much time and it's gonna allow you to do things that you would not be able to do with a spreadsheet or something like that, that I think it's worth it. If you're serious about that, building links and so on, compared to what you use probably to spend on link building packages and all that stuff, this is really cheap. So I am gonna do that tutorial with Buzzstream. Feel free to apply the same templates without, if that's something you don't want to use. But yeah, for me, that's the only way to scale this kind of link building properly, and you're gonna understand why as we get into the tutorial. So when you log into Buzzstream, that's basically an empty CRM, and we're in my account right now, so there are sites and all these things already. But the truth is, Buzzstream is what you make of it. If you organize it poorly, it's going to be terrible. It's not going to work very well for you. But if you organize it properly, this is going to be the single most amazing competitive advantage in terms of SEO that you will have over your competition. And you're going to be able to destroy them over time. So let me just show you how we're going to get started with Buzzstream. We're just going to assume that this is empty because that would be an empty account for you when you get started. And there is a free trial actually. So you can, give it a shot for free. Just go on buzzstream.com and take the free trial. I'll put a link below that video if you want to check it out. And so what we do is, here is our project panel and we create projects. But before you go and create a project, you need to organize yourself. And the way to organize yourself is to create these folders and put projects inside. So if you check Authority Hacker, for example, I open Authority Hacker and then there's another folder and then there's my how to make money blogging blog post, and there's all the people that I outreach to and do skyscraper with, and then just outreach to people that link to them. So that we need to build the same thing for our paleo example. So I'm gonna go back to my skyscraper research spreadsheet. If you remember, we listed the competitors, then we found like content concepts that could get a lot of links, like the beginner's guide to the paleo diet. And how do we translate that into Buzzstream? Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to create a folder for your website. And so I'm gonna call it paleo site in that case. And I'm just gonna save it. And now if I go and check, let me just close Authority Hacker, you can see I have paleo site here. Now inside paleo site, what I wanna do is I wanna create a folder for that skyscraper campaign, which is gonna represent basically that tab, right? So I'm just gonna create another folder inside paleo site. So I'll call it beginner's guide. And I'm gonna nest this folder inside paleo site, right? So now if I go in my projects, and let me close Authority Hacker again, I can go in paleo sites and I can go in beginner's guide. And now what we're gonna do is, and I assume you're gonna have collected more, content that has links on that topic inside there, but for each of them, we are going to create a project. So there's the paleodiet.com and there is Nerd Fitness in that case. I'm gonna create a new project here and I'm gonna call it, the name of the site I'm reverse engineering. So in that case, I'm gonna call it Nerd Fitness, for example. And I'm gonna nest that project under the beginner's guide. Makes sense. If I'm gonna work with a team, I'm gonna invite my team members. If I'm alone, I'm just gonna keep it there. And the URL would be, where you're building links to would be the URL of your skyscraper content, which I don't have live right now, but that's okay. And you can also, get a backlink report, so Buzzstream can actually check the links if they're still live for you, etc. all the time. So you can get link reports every 2 weeks if you want. I usually don't use that function, but up to you. And so I have a blank template right now. And so that's basically how you organize the projects. And I'm gonna create the second one as well. So I'm gonna do the paleodiet.com, new project, paleodiet.com, and I'm basically just gonna nest it under my beginner's guide, and do the same thing, create my project. So you can see that, I could have like a dozen projects under that, and then for each of them, I'm gonna add the sites that link to these guys to outreach to them. So that's basically how you do projects. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to create custom fields. Now these custom fields are going to be used in our outreach templates, and let me just show you what an outreach template looks like, but like maybe that kind of content. And you can see that there is things in brackets like first name, insert URL here, etc. And these are my custom fields that are going to be dynamically filled, based on the information I have about the contact I'm outreaching to. So if the contact is called Matt, then first name is going to be replaced by Matt automatically by Buzzstream. So it's really quite powerful, and we're going to be able to automate and save a lot of time. That's one of the reasons I like using Buzzstream, by having these custom fields. So now we need to first create them inside Buzzstream. So the way you do that is you go back to your screen and you go into settings, and then you go in customize fields. And here in your custom fields, for websites, there is 2 custom fields I'd like you to use. And to add custom field, you click on add new custom field. And then in both cases, it's just gonna be text. So I'm gonna want you to add a custom field called reason for outreach. And basically when we're gonna review these sites, we're gonna just find something that's very specific to their site that says why we're emailing them. And another one is suggested host content URL. And I suggest you use the exact syntax that I'm using for these custom fields, because this way you can just copy paste the templates I'm gonna give you, and you will be able to use them right out of the bat. So it's very easy to do. But suggested host content URL, is the URL where you would like them to add a link to your site. So it's really the exact piece of content that links to your competitor usually, and you're gonna ask them a link. And we're gonna dynamically populate that in our email, so we don't have to think about it again once we actually have entered it once. So that's a great way to speed things up. So that's how you add your custom fields inside Buzzstream. Now the next thing we are gonna do to customize our Buzzstream experience is to edit the relationship stages. And you see that you have relationship stage for people and relationship stage for websites, because there can be several people associated to a website. But we're gonna basically do the same on both. So I'm just gonna show you one of them right now. So Buzzstream has the basic ones, which are like link accepted, link under review, not qualified, and not started, not researched. But I actually created a lot more actually, and you can just click on add another option and just create them here, and you can add colors to them. But basically it allows me to be a lot more granular on where I am in terms of the relationship with the website. And I have the entire list of the ones that I recommend you add in there. So there's like followed on social. So I like to follow people on social because I get a little notification, I get on their radar. I like to reshare their content. So like I use something like Buffer, and I just, one click reshare their content, and I note it in the Buzzstream so that, I get on the radar of these people. I comment on their blog as well. So that's basically just escalating in terms of interacting. First I follow them, then I reshare them, then I comment them, then I tweet content to them. So I'm like, hey, check out our new post, see the reply and stuff. So like this is blue, this is really the beginning cold relationship. Then, very often I'm just gonna email to introduce myself. So if I have an email conversation, or if I've just talked to these people in the past, I'm just gonna flag them there so I know that the relationship is a bit warmer. If they have been on our podcast, they're also flagged here, which, if you don't have a podcast, don't have this one. But mutual promotion is a good one as well. If people are, in your mutual promotion sub-funnel, then I flag them here so I can just go and research my contacts that are in there and just re-outreach to them pretty easily. And yeah, there's also rejected us in case people, didn't want to work with us, and this way I never get back to them. So that's how I filter people out. If people say no, I just change their relationship stage to rejected us, and I know I will never have to outreach to them again, because before outreach is gonna, put this little red tag next to them, and I know I don't need to outreach. So I really want you guys to add all these custom fields. That's gonna make the relationship a lot more granular, and we're gonna use them a little bit later in the process. What we're gonna do next is actually connect our email to Buzzstream, so you can send emails from Buzzstream and receive emails from Buzzstream, and that allows you to, keep everything within one interface. You don't have to juggle between your mailbox and Buzzstream. And the way to do that is click on connect emails in the settings, and you click on add email account. Obviously I have mine already set up. I personally use Gmail. Just know that they won't let you send, I think, over 400 emails per day, which is a lot already. But if you're doing really massive outreach, you're probably gonna need your own mail server. If you have a hosting that has that or anything like that, just click here and set up the SMTP. Otherwise, you can just connect with your Google account using Gmail. So that's a pretty easy one as well. Then the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna implement the templates that we're gonna use for the basic skyscraper, at least, inside Buzzstream. So that's a very easy way to just reach out to them and just grab them and edit them for your funnel. So in that case, you go back into websites, then in outreach, you go in manage templates, and well, I have all of them here, but basically I call them templates, and just click create a new template here. then you can enter the title and you can just copy paste them from the lesson page. So you can see that there is 3 emails for the basics case scraper, which you can just take and copy paste. So like, for example, this one is initial outreach. So I'm gonna take it and I'll call it template skyscraper initial outreach. What you really want here is you want to make sure that it shows in all your projects, so you can just enter it once into Buzzstream and you'll be able to reach out to this template from anywhere in Buzzstream. Then you can share it with people if you want people to have access. Then you can just take the template, you can just take the template and paste it here, and you know that in the case of customizing the template for a specific project, you're gonna go back to this template, and we're gonna do it later. And anything that's bolded, you're basically gonna have to write it for that template. So in that case, we are pitching a beginner's guide to Paleo. So I would say we created a beginner's guide to Paleo. So that's what I would do before our outreach, but I'm just gonna put this back right now. You can put your subject. So I'm just gonna go grab it. It's all ready for you in the lesson, so it should be pretty easy. So something you might like. And then you can set up reminders. So like, you can have a reminder if people don't get back to you after a week. And then if they don't get back to you after a week, you actually have a no reply ping that just says follow up and just says, hey, I just wanted to make sure that you got my last email. So that's where you're gonna use it. It's gonna remind you. And when you get a reply, you get also a notification inside Buzzstream. And so all you need to do is save them now. I'm not gonna do it in that case because I have them already. But then yeah, you can save them and you can see they have 0 reply. The main reason for that is because I don't use them as part of my outreach. I actually just copy paste them when I'm gonna use them and customize them. So that's basically why there is no send here. So that's basically it in terms of preparing Buzzstream. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one.